Cancer, welcome to your April 2019 reading. My name is Sandra, and I'll just begin shuffling these cards. I have picked a Starman Tarot for you today, and I'll just start shuffling and see what comes out for you for the month of April. So what is the main energy for Cancer, April 2019? Cancer, April 2019. We have Six of Swords, the Fool, messages do we have for April 2019 for Cancer? Two of Pentacles. And also picking this one, Three of Wands. Eight of Swords. What more do we have for Cancer for April 2019? Prince of Wands. Knight of Wands, and Two of Cups. Beautiful. What is this? Five of Swords. I will leave it here because it just fell underneath it. So yeah, so I see you moving away from a situation with the Six of Swords, and it might have to do with this Five of Swords situation. Five of Swords talks about winners and losers after a battle. Could be that you're the winner or the loser, or you chose to just leave the fight because it was not worth fighting anymore. And I see you really moving away from that, moving on to calmer waters. Yeah, and just starting over with the Fool, the sacred clown, it is called in this deck. And the Fool talks about a fresh start. A fresh start, not knowing where it will end or what you will experience on the way, but you're just taking this leap of faith and see where you land. I see you also making a choice with the Two of Pentacles. Or maybe balancing two things, or maybe going, over and over in your head about making this choice. And maybe it is this choice of the Fool card, where you want to start anew and make a fresh start, but you're not sure whether you want to, or because the Fool, it could also, it could speak of you, standing, on this cliff deciding, you know, to make the jump, but maybe something is holding you back, you know, or the thoughts going over in your mind, you know, whether, you know, you should move away from this situation or not, or move forward with something or not, or start over. Yeah. So yeah, I'm getting kind of stuck on this doubt thing, you know, whether you should take the plunge. I'm just gonna pull another card for that. Fool card and the Two of Pentacles. Six of Cups. I think you are kind of playing around in your mind with an old passion of yours, something that you enjoy doing, and whether you should move forward with that. A hobby, something that makes you feel young and makes you feel like a kid again. Something very playful. I have a feeling. And I see you with the Three of Wands really, yeah, planning, looking out into the world, wanting to make your move. But you feel restricted in some way with the Eight of Swords. And, you know, this restriction of the Eight of Swords is mainly in your head. The Eight of Swords talks about a restriction that you put upon yourself. So it could be anything. It could be that you don't know how to go about it, you know, how to move forward with this Fool card. So that's a restriction to you. Maybe you feel trapped, or you feel just confined in the way of life that you're living now. But it could also be something like, oh, I want to be a model, you know, just to say something, but I'm too fat or something, you know. So these restrictions are in your mind because there are a lot of, you know, heavy size models around. So, you know, it's a possibility. So the thing is, or the message that the Eight of Swords wants to tell you is that, you know, there is a way for you to get out of this restriction. You know, all you have to do is see it, you know. All you have to do is yeah, maybe use your intuition and go inward. Meditate on it. Do some soul searching. You know, like this woman is in this sarcophagus, you know, being very isolated. So maybe it's, you know, some isolation is good for you to really go inward and dig deep, you know, to see what is holding you back exactly and how valid these thoughts are. And I think once you have figured that out, you know, you can move forward, you know, like a lightning bolt with the Prince of Wands, which is a very active and fiery card, and move forward to your passion with the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is a card of it's a card of love, but it's also a card of finding yourself. You know, finding your essence, and I see you really acting upon that with the Prince of Wands card. So I'll just pull another card for that. Oh. Where did it go? This is the Two of Swords. Choices, making a decision. So I see you making a decision. And with the Two of Swords, it is, yeah, like you don't know which way to go. Maybe you have exactly two options. Maybe you have more options, but with the Two of Swords, it is kind of difficult, you know, to see with open eyes which way to go. So yeah, you really have to dig deep and go within and listen to your intuition, listen to your inner voice to make this choice to move forward. I have one more card. Yeah, and I really see you moving toward your passion. Eight of Cups. And moving away from something that isn't satisfying for you anymore. And this situation, this Eight of Cups situation, isn't necessarily a bad situation, you know? It could be a very comfortable situation for you. But just not satisfying. It's just not this Two of Cups situation where you find yourself, you know, where you think, yeah, this is it, this is me. It is just, you know, maybe something, you know, like a Band-Aid, or, you know, something that is, that will do. And I think you're ready to move on. But you really have to take a leap of faith with this Fool card, with the Sacred Clown. And maybe not be afraid. And I think that goes with the Eight of Swords. Maybe it's also kind of fear that is holding you back. But not be afraid of what other people think, you know. Have, you know, make a choice for yourself. Because you enjoy doing it. So Cancer, yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it at that for you for April. And I think last month's reading was more really like a beginning of the year reading with the spring equinox. And it was more energy for a longer period. And this also, of course, you know, if you make this change, it is a drastic change that will ring through the rest of the year. But this shift, yeah, it's probably for April, where you have to, you can do some soul searching. Yeah, and get rid of your restrictions, you know, that are your own mental restrictions that you put upon yourself. So I'm going to pull on a card for you, another card from the Sacred Traveler deck, I think. And I'll read from the book what it says, or what it means. So can I have one more beautiful card for Cancer for April 2019? Traveling lightly, simplify your life. Release what doesn't support you. A busy life and the accumulation of more than you need creates static. Clear internal and external clutter. Do what matters and release the rest to find peace, grace, and stillness. Simplify your life, otherwise it's difficult to hear the voice of the Creator. Create time to rest and rejuvenate. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know, on the journey, we often gather things that don't support us. It's time to say goodbye to fellow travelers, situations, and objects that don't bring out the best in you. Keep what works and let go of the rest. Doing what is essential and releasing everything else is one of the fastest ways to align with the tranquil vibration of the spiritual realm. Clear things from your schedule that do not advance your life forward. Even a small amount of this cleansing can make an immense difference. Very beautiful, Cancer. Simplify your life. Purge and get rid of things that don't serve you, that are holding you back. And yeah, create light, create space around you, so your mind doesn't get cluttered with the noise of you know, the environment around you, so you can hear your voice and hear your true voice, you know, and hear what you really need to hear and what you really need to feel. And then you can get honest with yourself and find out what really restricts you. Okay, so I hope that this reading was helpful to you and it resonated with, well, at least some Cancers out there. And if you like this reading, please like and subscribe, or leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And I hope to hear from or see you next time. Thank you, Cancer.